Hey, what's up? Welcome to the AV Club podcast. My guest today is professional stand-up comedian Dean Stanfield. Now, Dean has a professional stand-up comedian's name by birth. I mean, this name was given to him, so it was destined to be. Can't you just picture that name on like a marquee somewhere, Dean Stanfield? It's a great professional comedian's name. Anyways, Dean is based out of Austin, Texas, but does local shows all the time. San Antonio, Austin, Georgetown, Round Rock, and anywhere out of state in America, and really anywhere in the world. It was cool. I got to meet Dean for the first time on the show. Everything we said was super organic, and I mean, like we found common ground super early in the podcast, which is really dope. And we just hit it off. It was a great conversation. And honestly, I can't wait to have the dude back on. And go check out his shows. And I hope you enjoy the episode. Thanks.
This is Whiskey Morning Coffee, bro. I made the Texan blend. That's like their specialty blend. That's not their primary. It's like their secondary, I guess, blend that they created. Yeah. This Whiskey Morning Coffee right here is the first stuff they created. This is like kind of what put them on the map. It's barrel aged in whiskey barrels. So it's pretty good. This stuff is
Whiskey Morning Coffee.
It's money, dude. Shout out to Evan and the boys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. Those are my homies, dude. I know them. I actually went to high school with these guys.
No shit.
Yeah, dude.
So they just started their own. They get their own beans and everything and roast them.
Oh yeah.
Is it from here in Texas?
Yeah, dude. It's Granbury. It's like North Texas, like Granbury area.
Oh heck yeah, man. That's good duck hunting.
Yeah. It's big over there.
I hunt out with Red Barn Outfitters.
Dude,
is who I hunt with them.
I know a guy. His name is Zach Wall.
Zach Wall.
Dude, he went to the same high school as me.
No shit. You know Zach. Hell yeah.
That's
I
cool.
go. Man, I got some
stories.
Some stories about those boys, man. We used to go. We went hunting. It's probably about four or 5 years ago. Him and Tristan Fallon.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I went out with them one time, and my dad wanted. We were looking for a wood duck and a bufflehead to like fill out, the ducks that use the flyway here in Texas, and so just looked them up and hollered at them and met them at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Fucking cold as shit, man. Met them out there, and we were like, my dad and I were just like driving around. We had never got a guide, like we'd never used a guide. But,
oh yeah,
because we hunt up by ourselves in the valley in Los Fresnos.
Okay.
And so we were like, man, but we don't know the area, and we didn't have the airboat was going to be a pain in the ass to get it all the way up there. So we're like, we'll just get some local guys, go out with them.
Yeah.
And I met him. It was like 4:00 in the morning. Tristan fucking falls out, and he's already like halfway hungover, halfway drunk. And Zach was like, hey guys, he was being real professional, and getting all this stuff together, which is great. And they are very, very, very professional guys. But it was like 30 minutes in. I was like, dude, can I crack a beer? And he was like, hell yeah, you can. And as soon as we said that, we started cracking beers, drinking, waiting for the morning to start. Oh, man, it was great. Those guys
they're great guys, man.
They're great guys,
especially
man.
with a couple beers in them. They're even better.
Oh, man. I don't want to. Zach's probably like, you motherfucker. Telling people how unprofessional they are. But they were great, man. They just sat back and called and bullshitted, and it was a great time. Shout out to Red Barn Outfitters, man.
Red Barn, baby. Yeah. That's cool. I see Zach. I follow Zach, on IG, and he's always posting stuff. I didn't know I knew he was a guy, but I didn't know he was like that into it until he started posting more. And dude, they're
out there doing it, man. Yeah, they travel a lot. I usually I send a bunch of people their way, and I'll go hunting with them like once or twice. I took some comedians with them last night.
Yeah,
I met them out there, dude. It was. And there's some crazy dudes, man. There's some crazy dudes.
How small world is that, man? That's crazy.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
These guys,
call Zach after this.
Evan, Josh, all those guys that make this coffee, they had an outfitting company in Alaska.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So Evan, crazy guy, just kind of like an adventurous guy that'll do whatever kind of he feels. So after high school, he was like,
live life.
Yeah, dude. He was like, after high school, he was like, dude, I'm going to go to Alaska. So he went to college there and got met in with some.
In Anchorage or what?
I think.
Yeah.
He was either in Anchorage or like right outside Anchorage. But I think that's where I don't know, man.
I was thinking about it. I've got family that lives out there in Anchorage.
Oh.
And I go out there, like I went last September for like 2 weeks, man. And I almost didn't come home. Like I love Texas more than fucking anybody. But God, that place is beautiful, man.
That's
beautiful. There's not. I mean, there's like fucking almost no people.
That's pretty cool.
And it's just, you can drive out there, and I think we drove down the Denali Highway for like, I don't know, it must have been like 8 hours.
Dang.
And we didn't see a single person.
Oh, how wild is that?
There was one car that passed by super quick, but besides that, it was just open, and it was like right in the middle of the beginning of the pandemic too.
Oh,
so,
nice.
There was a lot less people at that time.
Yeah.
Traveling, but man, I was like, dude, I don't think I've ever like gone 8 hours without seeing another human being.
Yeah, that's a long ass time.
It's a long ass time, man.
Yeah, man. But these guys, they had that outfitting service up there, and I think I'll have Evan on eventually. He hasn't made his way through here yet, but I think the story goes, he needed work, right? He needed to make some money.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'll just be a guide on a boat, fishing guide. And so the captain threw him in there. He was just, taking the fish off the hooks and stuff. And then I guess his second day, the captain never showed up.
Oh,
So the captain is there, and then you have your main guy that tells everybody how to throw the lines, tell them what to do.
Yeah.
That guy never showed up, right? Not the captain, not the guy driving the boat.
Yeah.
So he never showed up. So the captain told Evan, he's like, "Hey, man, you gotta man the crew. Like, you have to be in charge of everything." So he said he learned everything on the fly second day.
Heck yeah.
And then I guess that next summer he started his own company, and so he got boats, he got everything, and he was doing real well out there. And so every summer they go out there for the whole summer.
Damn.
And so this is the first
That's the American
summer.
dream right there, man.
Dude, he's living the dream. It's so cool to see. I'm honestly stoked to be able to partner with them, because I've known those boys since high school and since before high school, man. Because small town Texas stuff, you grow up with the same people, and then you.
Oh yeah.
So it's cool, man. It's really cool to see that. But Dean,
what's up, dude?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Dude, tell these people what you do. So
I'm a stand-up comedian.
I
went full-time about a year ago. So it was during the pandemic. I built power lines for 9 years, and so I started doing stand-up comedy about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And just slowly and worked my way up, and I started working for the Romo Room Comedy Club.
Yeah.
Probably about a year ago.
Down in Austin?
Yeah, down in Austin. Yep. Yeah, they're at the Domain and the Brass Tap right now, but they're making their way. They have Brett Ernst, Mark Normand, a lot of good comedians, and they're also a big supporter of local comedians too. So they got a lot of local shows going every night. They got 4 or 5 mics running. They're legit. They're getting closer to being a legit comedy club. But shout out to Pat Bernard and Rob Morris there at the Romo Room.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I started doing it. I wanted to be I was always like the funny guy in high school, you know, and then, moving out, like into the real world, I was like, shit, I got to do something with my life. So I started building power lines and doing stand-up comedy on the side. And then, kind of like those guys, man, I just I wanted to do something that, I could be in control of, something that I love doing. And started doing stand-up comedy, and it's been a dream, man. It's been a blast. It's been a lot of fun. Met a lot of cool people. What is it? On Saturday, I did a show with Red Band and Tony Hinchecliff.
Wow, man,
there was a lot of cool stuff happening in Austin, man. I just got lucky that it all happened in Austin too.
Right,
being able to, what was it? At the Kill Tony podcast last Monday, I think was one of the craziest moments in my comedy career so far. So I was sitting in the green room, and there's some pretty cool guests on the Kill Tony podcast.
Yeah.
You know the Kill Tony?
Yeah,
really cool.
Oh yeah.
So I was sitting up there, and then Alex Jones walks in.
Wow.
And just fucking sits down, and I was like, Jesus. And then Joe Rogan, and then Duncan Trussell.
Wow.
And then Tony Hinchecliff.
Tony.
And I was just sitting there, just like, what the fuck's going on,
That's
man?
crazy,
It's crazy.
man.
Austin comedy, man.
It's getting outrageous,
It's
man.
getting outrageous, dude. The
It's
Creek
exciting.
and the Cave is just, they've got killers every single week. I don't even know the lineup for this week, but I know every time I come, like Segura and Rogan.
Yeah.
We're doing a residency there. It's Rogan and Friends. So every week Rogan brings somebody new. He brought Whitney Cummings a couple weeks ago.
That's awesome, man.
But it's been a blast, man. So just trying to get my name out there and keep grinding, man.
Keep
Working
the ball
for the
rolling.
clubs. Yeah, I do.
Awesome,
So I used to work for the Romo Room Comedy Club. Now I work for the Creek in the Cave, or at the Creek in the Cave.
Yeah.
So I have I've got a mic there every Wednesday, and then I've got a show coming up starting on Sundays, which is going to be me and the people, or me and my friends or whatever.
That's awesome, man.
So yeah.
That's so cool. Creek in the Cave is a new club, right? Mm-hmm. It's
Well, it's not new. Well, so it's new to the location.
right.
Yeah, because it was from New York.
That's what I
So
thought.
it was one of the original, not one of the original. It's been in New York for a long time, and it was kind of revered as like the farm league club for the Cellar.
Okay.
So anytime,
Cellar in New York.
the Comedy
Yeah.
Cellar in New York. So comedians would get their start there,
Yeah.
and then kind of make their way. As soon as they got past there, they started getting looked at by the
That's cool.
by the Comedy Cellar. Yeah.
That's dope that they have that, man.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? I can't even believe that all this stuff is happening in Austin. Like,
Dude, every day something happens, and I'm like, Jesus,
Yeah.
fucking, this is coming down the pipeline, man. Like, just Rogan moving here. I mean, obviously, is one of the biggest reasons that everybody else is starting to.
Right.
But man, there's just what was it? It was 120 people bought tickets to an 11 p.m. Late night show on Saturday. It was just like, man, before the pandemic, that was unheard of.
Yeah.
If you got 80 people in a room, it was like, fuck, man, we got a crazy killer show. Now we get 80 people, and we're like, fuck,
That's
it's been a
it?
light night, man.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, dude, we're spoiled. We're spoiled.
yeah, that's freaking awesome, man. Dude, so building power lines, where were you? You were literally building the power lines, or were you like a lineman and setting them up, or what were you doing?
Yeah, so I worked for AEP, American Electric Power,
Okay.
for building power lines. So everything distribution.
Okay.
So everything from the substation to your house is what I did.
Dang.
So-
You said you worked on this neighborhood here?
Yeah, man. So I worked for the city of Georgetown for 5 years too.
That's cool.
And so yeah, and so actually, I mean, fuck 'em, I don't work there anymore. But this used to be my hiding spot.
That's awesome.
So I'd go get my work done for the day, and then I'd go find spots, and this was like a dead zone.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's still like the.
No, it is, dude. If you don't have Wi-Fi, you can't get any service
Bro,
out
you
here.
can't get any service. So our trucks were GPS'd.
Yeah.
And so it would show, off the inner loop where you would go over by the dog park.
Yeah.
So it would say that I'm over there, and I'd be fucking crashing in here. I'd get some snacks and shit. And,
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just fucking sleep the rest of the day.
That's
They already
funny,
paid me
bro.
for it. They never caught me, so fuck 'em.
Dang. City of Georgetown, that's what they get.
Yep.
Bro,
Rotten
yeah.
bastards.
So,
they're good people, though.
and so you were doing comedy on the side during that. So
Yeah,
I assume
man.
local,
So-
like here in Georgetown?
No, I did a couple here in Georgetown, but I'd have to drive. So I'd get off. I get off about 4 o'clock, and I would drive straight into Austin, and then I'd sleep in my car because the mics don't start till about 8 o'clock.
Right.
Sign up's about 7:30, and so there was like 3 or 4 mics you could hit in a night sometimes, and so man, I'd stay up till fucking 1 a.m. some nights trying to just get a spot at a club.
Yeah.
Or at the club or at bars or wherever it was. And then I was doing that 5 days a week, trying to get just stage time and trying to get in front of people. And so it was rough, man. It was a rough 2 years. The first 2 until I got like adjusted to it.
Yeah.
Because man, it was, man. It was working, starting work at 7, ending work at 4, and then driving straight into Austin, and then doing whatever mics I could, and then sometimes I'd drive back. I drive back through Georgetown because I actually lived in Florence,
Okay.
so I'd have to go through Georgetown and then on into Florence. Sometimes I'd just like park at the yard and then just fucking sleep there.
Dang.
Yeah, so the first 2 years were a grind, and started getting picked up on more shows, and really it was just like a hobby at first. And I was like, because you don't really know.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't know how to do it. It's a weird, because like essentially now I've gone from a 9 to 5 to essentially a 9 to 5 to like this morning I woke up fucking. I don't even know if I can say that. You talk about weed on this podcast?
Sure.
Right? Woke up, smoked some weed, and dude, my grandma's still alive. So there's times that I'm like, I'll be talking and just like we're just bullshitting and talking, and then I realize like, damn, she doesn't know I smoke weed yet. Fuck it, she'll find out. So woke up, smoked some weed, and then went to the gym, worked out,
Yeah.
and then came here, did this podcast. After this, I'm gonna go back to the house, mow the lawn. and then going to town and do some stand-up comedy.
That's awesome, bro.
Like, man, it's a fucking dream, bro. Dream. Like, and I never got my college years either.
Yeah.
So I was talking about my friends this weekend. They had a bachelor party this weekend, and they came into Austin to see me do some shows, and we went to the river. Fuck, dude.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you about that here in a little bit. We'll get to get into that. But I was always like I was always the kind of party guy.
Okay.
But
I can
also
see
had
it.
work, you know?
Yeah.
And so I would come in, get my college experience on the weekends. And I'd come into town. I was the only one that had money because I was the only one that was working. And so I'd bring fucking bottles and we'd go ham, dude.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it, like, man, I never really got my college years.
Yeah.
And so and never smoked weed while I was building power lines, and was always real responsible, never did any drugs. But I mean, I love to drink. And yeah, man. So we were talking about it this weekend. They're like, dude, you're like enjoying your college years. Like, this is essentially, like, you know, I started working when I was 18. So 18 to 26, you know, I didn't. I mean, I had a good time, but I was always like real responsible. Like, you know, if they were like, dude, we're taking off to the river like Monday through Thursday, I'm like, hey man, you know, I can't, got work. And so now I'm like, hey man, you know what? Fuck it, let's go.
Let's go. That's
go
so
have
cool,
some fun,
man.
Let's go have some fun.
That freedom is what, man. It's what, like, so this is like, I'm not even on the scale of you yet, but like I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Getting there. And like the little freedom I have with this is like, dude, I totally kind of understand, but I see it. I see that light, and I'm like, dude, that's what I'm going for.
Bro,
that's what I'm going for.
Do it, man. Do it, man. I don't know how much time we got left.
Right. That's the whole, that's
the
it, man.
whole thing, man. Do what you love, man. Like, I mean, I love building power lines. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of assholes.
Yeah.
You know, and I just people not doing what they're supposed to do, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, it feels like it's a very like a hippie thing to say. If my grandpa heard it, he'd probably fucking knock me on the back of the head. But nah, man, there is something about just, you know, doing what you're supposed to do, and the freedom that comes with it. You know? Like, it's stressful, you know? Like, there's times I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, did you just smoke weed and go to the gym? Like, you fucking degenerate. But man, it's like, I view it as my work day starts at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah. That's what you told me.
Yeah. Like, everything I do before that is on me. It's my time. You know, if I want to sleep, I'll sleep. If I want to go do something productive, I'll do something productive. But I try to save all my brain power and, you know, like responsibility for, you know, 8 to midnight. Yeah. Like, that's really my work day.
Yeah, bro. That's when you gotta bring the heat. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So
whenever you were first getting into stand up, how was that process? Like, did you, obviously nobody knows how to write jokes. There's not a rule book. There's not a class you could take. Like, how did that process go for you, learning how to find what your stand up style was and all that?
Man,
how to write.
It's just fucking up. It's just messing up. Mm-hmm. Like, I get people tell me all the time, hey man, how do I get started, or how do I write, or, you know, what do I do? Man, it's just figure out your own style. Pick somebody that you want to like, that you want to emulate. Mm-hmm. You know, for the very, very beginning. But after that, man, you need to figure out your own style. Like, audiences can tell when you're authentic. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of comedians that I don't necessarily think are funny. Right. But they're authentic. Yeah. And so that, like, Joey Diaz is a fucking murderer. Yeah. It's crazy. He's one of the funniest dudes alive. But
have you seen him live?
Yes, dude. We saw him in Houston. Oh, it's insanity, dude. It's insanity. And you can just feel like the authenticity about him. You know, like he but there's other people. He's not a good example because I think he would be funny either way, but he's just telling stories. Yeah. Like, literally just telling stories that if you or I tried to tell, they'd be nothing. Yeah. Nobody can copy his style because it's Joey Diaz. Exactly. You know? And so I tried to be like a whole bunch of different comedians when I first started out. I was like, I want to be like a Rodney Carrington, you know, or I want to be like a Theo Vaughn, or I want to be, you know, just like going through all these heads, like, you know, or like a Joe Rogan, you know, right, and you'll get by for a little while, but if you're not, in my opinion, if you're not being like 100% authentic, you know, like if you're not telling your jokes, or you're not telling stuff that you wrote in the way that you would write it. Mm-hmm. It's not going to work. Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, and so many people try to copy or even get worried about stealing jokes, man. Like, I was in a conversation with a comedian the other week because I've been posting a lot of all my stand-up on Instagram.
Yeah.
And so there used to be like a bad staple about that, because comedians would be like, hey, man, so like what if somebody steals your stuff, you know? And I was like, if they can steal my joke and make it better, then they can have it. They can have it. Yeah, it's not worth it, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I want to tell a joke so like Dean Stanfield that nobody can take it.
Yeah.
You know? Like that should be your goal, you know? And well, we know we're only like 3-4 years in, so right now technically I still have like 4 to 6 years until I'm even like close to making it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So like I look back at the jokes that I wrote and posted a year or two ago, and they're just like atrocious.
Makes
man.
you cringe, right?
Like, dude, I was like 3 weeks ago, I was scrolling back. Somebody liked a video, like an old stand-up I had, and I went all the way back and I watched it for like 30 minutes, and I was like, oh, like I can't believe that's out there.
Yeah.
But it makes you like, man, it's like, it shows how far I've come,
right?
But, or how far you. That's why I keep it on there, because I was like close to deleting it. Because I was like, I pray to God no one else sees this.
Dude, yeah,
like,
I get it, man.
Bad.
Do you watch your stand up? Do you like record your sets and watch them?
Yeah, it is the worst. I think it's the worst part of doing. Like, even I had the posts that I've been releasing.
Yeah.
Was from when I opened up for Whitney Cummings.
Oh, that's so cool. But
So yeah, it was a stressful fucking set. I think it was probably one of the worst. I don't know about, yeah, let's talk about it. So I was golfing, right? It was about 9 o'clock in the morning. And like I said, I do with the day what I want to, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really have a schedule. Like I'll do stuff like podcasts or a blast to do. But I went golfing with the boys. It was 9 o'clock and it rained. So I was like, okay, so it's my show's at 8. So if even if I have a few beers, like I'll sober up before the show. You know? Like I don't perform high, I don't perform drunk. Like I'm stone cold sober when I go on stage.
Right.
So, but I was like, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's early enough. You know, hit off with tea time, started drinking a little bit, and then it started raining. And so we headed back to the clubhouse, and the guy was like fucking giving away free beer.
Oh, geez.
And so we started drinking. And then it cleared up about 1 o'clock. And the guy was like, hey, man, if y'all want to go back out and finish out your 18, go ahead. So we're like, shit. So we started over.
Oh, geez.
And then at that point, I'd forgot. So we were just slamming beers, driving around the golf course all drunk. And it's like 5 o'clock, and we get back. So it's like, 18 rounds of golf takes 3 or 4 hours.
It does, yeah.
And so, especially when you're drunk and messing around. And so I think I caught a duck at some point. I have to show one of those pictures. I don't know if you can put it on there. So I caught this duck. And so we were messing around, and I realized, I was like, we get back to the cars. My show's at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm like hammered. And so it's 6 o'clock. We're by the trucks, and they were like, we're gonna go out to Pluckers or Hooters or something. And I was like, cool. Yeah, I mean, I got a show in like 4 or 5 hours, so I'm gonna go go ahead and get ready for that. And I look, and I'm like, shit, I got a show in 2 hours. Fuck. So I drive up to the club, and luckily Rogan was performing that night right before us, and so he went on for like 45 extra minutes.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it gave us a little more time. But I was sitting there like, you fucking, like you call yourself a professional. Now you're getting drunk and hammered, and you're gonna go on stage and what? Just like, hey guys, what's going on? Fucking douchebag.
Dude, it's almost, I feel like people almost expect that. Like,
oh, they do for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
especially with this haircut.
Right.
And like the way that I am naturally. Like I love hanging out and drinking, but if you pay tickets for a show.
Oh yeah.
Like let me do my thing and then we'll get fucked up.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
let's still drink, let's still have fun. But like and drunk crowds are the worst, man. Like I was doing a show a couple weeks ago. It was at the Romo room. And people were so freaking hammered that I walked on there and I was just like, I was telling my jokes and they were laughing. Everybody's having a good time. And I picked one guy. And I was like, dude, I bet I can say anything and make you laugh, like Moose. And the dude was laughing. I was like, dude, y'all are drunk, man. Like we're having a good time. We started doing drinking games, and like once a crowd's that drunk, there's no
point.
There's no point, man.
Yeah.
Like everybody's messed up. Nobody's really thinking. That's why the mics like past, or the shows past like midnight. It's like, why are we doing this?
Right.
Let's all be friends. It feels like I'm just drunk in the garage talking to my friends.
Yeah.
So.
This episode of the AV Club podcast is brought to you by no other coffee brand than Whiskey Morning Coffee. Now, I told you guys I had a sponsor, and if you didn't guess that it was Whiskey Morning Coffee, you're an idiot, okay? Whiskey Morning Coffee is the best coffee on the market. 4 lifelong buddies made this company just because they were tired of the same old piece of crap coffee they were drinking every morning. They wanted something custom. They wanted something that they liked, and honestly, that everybody likes. And I have never heard any bad reviews about this coffee. As a matter of fact, I can guarantee you that I won't be making any other brand of coffee probably ever again. This is my go-to stuff. Now they have a couple blends. They have this Whiskey Morning Coffee, which is aged and fire roasted in Granbury or Toller, Texas. This is amazing stuff. This is what I'm drinking right now. They also have a Texian Army blend, which is another specialty coffee that they make, which is my personal favorite. They have espresso, and then they have just generic coffee. And I can't rave about this stuff enough. I would never ever recommend a coffee or anything that I don't personally use or personally believe in, like I do with these boys right here, Evan and in the gang. They hooked me up. I got to go check out their facility, see where the coffee was made, and all the behind the scenes, and it was amazing. I cannot rave about this stuff enough. Go pick up a bag of Whiskey Morning Coffee on their website, or if you're in the Granbury, Texas area, or the Fort Worth, Texas area, or anywhere in the North Texas area, just try to find it in the store because it's probably in the stores. So go to www.whiskeymorningcoffee.com to get a batch of this coffee. Like I said, it's barrel aged with local Texas distillers barrels. So it's got that whiskey taste, and then they fire roast it for like 8 hours or something like that. I mean, it's something crazy. The process is crazy. They do it all by hand, and I've seen them do it by hand. It's so cool. They built like their whole facility, and everything you see is made by like a local small business. So with that being said, follow them on their Instagram and their socials at Whiskey Morning Coffee, and then visit their website, www.whiskeymorningcoffee.com. Go grab yourself a batch of this amazing Joe right here. Get you some. Back to the episode.
But where are we going with that?
I don't know, bro. I think I had asked, shit, I don't know.
That's a cool conversation on the podcast, man. We're just talking.
That's why I don't like to have a format, bro. Yeah. I don't want to like specifically talk about one thing. We started this off with duck hunting, and now we're in stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about the shows. Oh, the Whitney Cummings show. So check this out. And so I've opened for some decent people, right? Yeah. So at this point, I'm finally getting over the like nervousness of opening up for somebody.
Right.
So 20 minutes before I go on stage, now I was just chugging water. I took a couple Advil, chugging water, and I start sobering up. And I'm like, all right, I'll be cool. I'll be good. Like, close to being unprofessional, but you got it figured out. And then the booker comes in and goes, hey, since Rogan went late, Whitney Cummings people are tired, so she wants to go on first. And so she's going to do 20 minutes up top. So now I went from opening for her to going right after her.
Closing. Oh my gosh.
So she so they just flipped the lineup. So it was Whitney Cummings. It was supposed to be 2 comedians, Spencer Cavins, and then me, and then Whitney Cummings.
Yeah.
And now it's Whitney Cummings, me, Spencer Cavins, and then the rest of the people afterwards. And so I was like 20 minutes before I go on stage, I find out that I'm not opening for Whitney Cummings. Yeah. I'm following her.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck.
That's crazy.
It's a completely different set.
So like I know a little bit about, I listen to a ton of podcasts. I'm really into the stand-up world. So like for people out there that don't understand, like when you open for a comedian, it's not easier, but you're getting the crowd warmed up essentially for them, right? So it's like you're getting the crowd ready to laugh, you're getting them energized and stuff, so that the comedian who has like the bigger name, quote unquote, is prepared and has a good crowd to work with.
Yeah.
So whenever you flip that and the bigger comedian goes first, it kind of shocks the crowd, and they're like, oh my gosh, this big star is like ahead of me.
Yeah.
And then whenever you go from this big star where it's almost like just shock of the person rather than like the jokes themselves, even though she is hilarious.
Oh,
it's
no,
like,
it wasn't even that. Like, dude, she is a killer.
Dude, her stand-up is so good.
Bro, she was bringing people on stage and having them make out. And, dude, I was sitting in the green room like, the fuck is she doing?
That's crazy.
And I'm so fucked.
Yeah.
I'm so fucked. I can't bring that kind of energy.
Oh, my gosh.
She was just doing her shit. And what was it, 2 weeks ago, she brought somebody on stage and had him grab her tits.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
That's crazy. You literally can't top that one.
You can't top it. I was like, the fuck am I gonna do? And so I was just like, I was like sitting in the green room, and there's like the green room, and then we have what, there's like a middle ground space. It's like this creepy closet deal that like leads you to go on stage. So they're separated, and I was sitting there in that, we call it like the hot box. So you're like sitting there before your set, just in case the other comedian dips early. Like you sit there before you go on stage, and I'll call your name, and then you run through the curtains. And I was sitting back there just like listening to like the mayhem that's going outside. And these people, like everybody paid tickets to see her.
Right.
And then they got to see her like the first opening person. So after her, everybody's just like sitting there just like, whoa, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And they're like, and now coming to the stage, somebody you don't know.
Right. That's
so like, why would they stay?
That's wild. Yeah, exactly.
And
that's
so you
crazy.
gotta go out there and just like grab their attention and hope you grab them.
How'd you do that set?
Oh, it was amazing. Like, it was probably one of the best sets I've done in a long time. Just the stress that was behind it, and sometimes, I mean, that's how it goes. Like she brought the room all the way up to here.
Yeah.
And so my job, like, obviously, I can't. I mean, I probably could. I'm not the caliber comedian enough to go higher with that. But if I can just manage to keep them on the same plane, then that's a complete win for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. 100%.
And they just saw what a professional looks like.
Yeah.
You know. And I'm still like trying to be a professional.
Right.
You know. So.
Yeah, she's a seasoned vet, bro.
She's been doing it 11 years.
Yeah, and she's
11,
been on
12 years.
She's one of the best writers I think I've ever like heard of. You know, like she writes for the Comedy Central like roasts. She does a lot of like TV shows. She's amazing.
That and I think Tina Fey is probably one of the best female writers that's out there.
Yeah,
and she thinks that Whitney Cummings is one of the best.
That's
like,
crazy.
She's.
Yeah, Tina Fey's actually on next week. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh shit! I was like, hell yeah, dude. Guess who's parking outside like a fanboy? Like, what the hell is that? It was a 2006 Ford Escape. I had to park. I had to park. Is there whiskey in this, man? No. I had to park my. I did a show at the Hilton. They asked me to come out and do a show, and I showed up, and I had to valet park. Right. Mm-hmm. So I got rid of my truck and I bought a 2006 Ford Escape, right? So I can just run the wheels off. Right. Because I'm traveling, like I'm going to San Antonio every other weekend, Dallas, and I was just running up the miles on my Tundra, and it's not great on gas mileage, right? So I traded it in, and I got this shitty 2006 Ford Escape, right?
Yeah.
And I pulled up, and I gave the valet guy came up, and I was like, hey man, I'm just here for the comedy show. I'm the headliner tonight. And he was like, cool, we'll go ahead and park it for you. And I was like, nah, you better let me do this, man. And he was like, no, it's actually valet parking only. We only allow our valets up there. And I was like, fuck. All right, well, hop in because I'm going to have to show you how this fucking thing works. Like, I was like, dude, I was like looking around. And I was like, fuck, it's a mess, Like, I don't want somebody else driving. I got guns everywhere. Like, fucking. I was like, don't open the center console. It'll freak your fucking hippie Austinite,
that's cool.
Self
bro.
Out, but
you done any?
It was strange, man. It was really strange.
What's one of the weirdest shows you've been asked to do?
Dude, I did a laundromat.
Oh wow!
It's like 3 weeks. I've actually got pictures of that too. There's the same night. It was the first time I did the Hilton. This guy called me. Man, the name's escaping me, but he's a cool booker in Austin right now. Mm-hmm. But he does these like one-off shows. And so he was doing this pool party show. And he was like, hey man, you want to come out to this pool party? And I got like pool party vibes, So I was like, hell yeah, man, I'll go out there. And it ended up raining. And so they moved. It was at a not a very nice apartment complex, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But the pool was really cool. So that's why he picked it. Like, it was a nice pool. It had like a stage area, and they were going to hook it up out there. Well, when it started raining, they just moved it into the closest building, which happened to be the laundromat for the apartment complex. And so like I show up and it's raining, and like he gave me the address, and when he said pool party, I'd assumed it was like somebody's house, And we get a lot of weird shows, like a lot of private gigs. That's really how we stay alive.
Yeah.
Like the clubs are a good way to become successful, but they don't really pay you that much. Like you get like $15-$20 a set.
Yeah. That's what I figured. Yeah.
So to like supplement that, we do all these crazy one-off shows. And a lot of comedians, if anybody's ever interested in, like, if you go to a comedy show and see a comedian, a lot of people don't know, but I mean, like, if you just come up, if you have a birthday party or something, like, they'll come out, drive wherever. Like, I went to San Antonio a couple weeks ago for a private gig. But anyway, so I show up, and I looked at it, like, I was looking around, like, this place looks sketchy as fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I must have got the wrong address. And so I look in there, and I don't even, like, see a pool on the map. And so I text the guy, and I was like, hey man, you know, like, I'm here. It's like an hour before the show. I was like, but I think I got the wrong address. I'm at some, like, shitty apartment complex. And he was like, nope, you're here. And I was like, oh, okay. JK, bro. And so I, like, hop out, I run around, and I'm, like, running around trying to find this place, and it's pouring rain. And so the show actually had started earlier. And so I thought I was, like, an hour early, but a few of the comedians didn't show up because of the rain, and they started it inside early. And so, like, I walk up, and, like, there's people that are just, like, packed inside this laundromat. And so I roll up, and I like open the door, and they're like, oh, actually, he's already here. Anyway, give it up for Dean Stanfield. And I was like, what the
right
fuck?
Away.
So I just, like, walk straight, and I'm still like, is this a laundromat? I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I perform, and it was like the week after I did Whitney Cummings.
Oh, wow.
And so I just made a whole, you know, bit out of it.
Yeah.
Where I was just, like, talking to people, and I was like, I performed for Whitney Cummings last week. If anybody asks how stand-up comedy is going, I'm performing in a laundromat right now. Like, does anybody need me to change their clothes over? And I opened it up, and there was somebody's clothes in there. Oh. And I was like, fuck off. And I put them in the dryer for them. Fucking closed it up. Oh, it was a crackhead came in. Oh, Jesus, dude, I forgot about that guy. So this crackhead came in, and he was obviously, like, a homeless person who was trying to get out of the rain. And he just saw something happening. Yeah. And so he came in, and he was, like, disrupting the show. And the guy that was running it, they didn't have, like, security or anything, so nobody, like, asked him to leave. Yeah. And so I was sitting there, and I was doing my bits, you know, crowd working with people, having fun, and this dude kept just like "Marr, marr." Oh yeah, like just making this sound,
just like the crackhead like call, like
this crackhead call, like he's calling the other crackheads. It's like, they're in here. And so I was like, dude, what are you doing, man? Like, what's going on over there? And he just, like, made, like, inaudible sounds for a while, and then he stood up, and he was like, you know, like, shirts, like, you know, like, shredded apart. Yeah. And he was fucking ripped. Oh, shit. Dude was fucking yoked. And so I was like, God damn, dude. Like, you're the most, like, and I thought about it. I was like, why are crackheads ripped? Like, if you see some crackheads, it looks like, what did I say? Oh, yeah. I said it looks like you smoke crack to do push-ups. Like, that's the only reason. Like, he's just like, I gotta do more push-ups, bro. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, bro. You ever seen those videos online of, like, crackheads, like, lifting cars up or, like, throwing people?
Maybe we got it fucked up.
I know, dude.
Maybe they just smoke too much crack. Maybe just a little crack.
There's a line. They just cross the line sometimes.
It's called cocaine. Fuck, that's gold. All right. Oh, this is fun, man. This is a great time, dude.
Dude, I love this, man. That's awesome, bro. So
yeah, so that was probably the weirdest. Yeah. And like I said, after that, I drove to the Hilton where I did a show where I valet parked my car. Yeah. Like, I was driving home. I called a buddy of mine. I think it all ended at like 11:30 maybe at the Hilton. Yeah. And I just got my car unvalet parked, and the dude, like, rolled down and like rolled down out of the parking lot, and then, like, gave me my keys. And, like, got out and was like, ugh. I was like, even the valet parking guy was, like, trying to get the fucking poorness off of him. The pour off. We, and then so I was calling my buddy, and he was like, hey, man, so how are things going? I was like, I wish you'd have called me last week. Yeah.
Things were doing a little better back then.
Yeah. So,
that's wild, bro.
But it's a blast, man. It's crazy. I went to, so really outside of Austin or outside of the state of Texas, comedy is just now starting to, like, flourish. Mm-hmm. And so there's really no need to leave. Like, I was going to start traveling.
I was about to ask you that, yeah.
But, I mean, so far between San Antonio, Dallas, and Austin, it's keeping me busy, man.
That's good, bro.
So I'm planning on doing a trip to doing 2 weeks in New York. I've got some shows booked out there. I'm in Vegas in August.
Hell
New
yeah.
Orleans in July.
Yeah.
So I'm picking like once a month. I'm going somewhere.
That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
Will this be the first time you'd be traveling out of state to do stand up, or you done that before?
No, I've done it a few times before where but it was always like one-off shows.
Yeah.
Where I would meet somebody, or somebody would see me here and they'd be like, "Oh, you should come to New York, or you should come to New Orleans." New Orleans, I've probably done the most. I fucking love New Orleans, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Never been, bro.
oh, you gotta go, dude. You gotta go. It's magical, man. Like there's places that you'll drive or you just walk around. It's like really nice houses, and then you take turn down a street and it's the 1800s, and then you turn down a street and it's the 1700s, and then you turn back and it's then you got a crackhead fighting a pit bull over an Oreo. Like the place is insanity, but it's just got so much culture and feel to it. Like there's so many like stone mansions that are next to just like sometimes they're next to like cardboard shacks, like shotgun sheds, like people that just like threw crap together. But the general like vibe of New Orleans is a blast, man.
Yeah.
You just walk around with alcohol.
That's wild, bro.
People are super friendly. As long as you're friendly, people are super friendly. Crowd just, man, there's nothing. I bet there's no more exciting like party than being in a jazz. So I opened up for this is probably one of the first shows that I did that was probably memorable. Because I went to New Orleans for the weekend. I did one show, and then somebody at that show saw me and was like, "Hey, man, if you ever want to come out to the Bourbon Street, we do these shows." And so there's not like a whole lot of comedy shows, but between the jazz sets or between the acts, they'll like comedians usually will go up and like talk to the crowd while the other band's getting warmed up.
Yeah.
And so one of them asked me to come out, and it was a lady, and I was like, sure, like, oh, that sounds great, hell yeah, you're getting booked on some of your first gigs, and they're like, it doesn't pay, but we'll give you some booze. And I was like, cool,
yeah,
sounds good to me. And so I went out, and it was an all-female jazz quartet, and they destroyed the room. Like I was sitting out there like behind the curtains ready to go up, and I went up there like 2 songs before they finished, and they're having like tambourine battles, and
dang,
fucking just people are just like losing their minds.
Yeah.
And then they finish up with Katy Perry's Eye of the Tiger. I got the eye of the dude. Fucking all female brass jazz quartet.
Yeah.
So they got like trumpets and tubas.
Wow,
and
that's
they're just
awesome.
Fucking getting it. And then they're like, oh, and then, middle act, Dean Stanfield. And I come out and I'm just like, what the fuck can I say? Like that's and I'm an energy comedian. Like I bring a lot of like high energy to my set. And I was like, there's nothing I can do. I was just standing up there like, guys, what the fuck was that? Does anybody else? Like, man, I'm so confused. I'm horny. Like, I don't know. I don't know why. Just trying to talk to him, and it ended up being like a decent set, but it was just the entire time just talking about the craziness that we all just went through,
Yeah. Dang, bro. That's so freaking cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you, bro, to be able to go to these different states and have these new experiences in other states. That'd be dope.
Hell yeah, man. Like, so that's what I'm looking forward to this year. I want to do one different like location a month. So I want to go in Austin 3 weeks, and then one of the weeks I want to go, like I'm going to go do New York. I'm going to Alaska, and then just try to like slowly get my name out there.
How's the comedy scene in Alaska?
So I went in September, and it was during the pandemic. But there's 2 comedy clubs out there.
Wow.
They got a lot of private gigs, is what they say. So you go to comedy clubs, and then the local hunting lodges will like hire you for the weekend.
Okay.
So the guys go out and they come back, and then you perform at night. So
that's dope.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Figuring out. I'd love to figure out how to do because I got a lot of family up there. So I'd love to figure out how to get like consistent gigs in Alaska.
Yeah.
Because it's only like $300 for the plane flight.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
From Austin to Alaska. And so I'd like to try to figure out how to do like maybe, once every other month.
Yeah.
Go up there.
How many gigs would you say you're doing like a month? Like total, like
so let's see.
Maybe a week. Would a week be better?
Yeah. So usually I'm booked I do 5 shows a week.
Okay.
So for the past 4 months, I've done about 5 shows a week, and then I do a lot of one-offs.
Mm-hmm.
So usually like the week of, I book my month out, and then I don't book if anybody asks, like say 2 weeks from now, I book a Tuesday, right? And then the next day somebody's like, hey, I have a show at like 10 o'clock that Tuesday, and the other one was at 8 o'clock. I'll be like, nah, like I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
So, and then the week of, if something like pops up, I'll be like, okay, now if I have because all the time Tony Hinchecliff, Brian Redband, like they'll just be like, hey, tomorrow I've got a show at the Vulcan, do you want to hop on?
Yeah.
And then it's like, fuck, do
a
I
lot
say
of-
do I
okay,
say
that's
yes
smart.
to this, or do I say no to the people that I've already told?
Yeah.
Do I drop those shows? And so now I just I try to
smart.
keep
Play the game.
play the
See what
game,
comes. Yeah, that's
see what
cool.
comes, because it's a weird transition. Because I know a lot of comedians, if you say no to obviously if Brian Redband or Tony Hinchecliff or Joe Rogan say, hey, do you want to hop on a show, you fucking say yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And so there's this new like weird and like I book a show in Georgetown,
Mm-hmm.
and so I know what it's like. Redband fucking has screwed me so many times.
Yeah.
Like by offering other comedians spots. Like he literally like we've had some lineups, and they've been like killer lineups, like out of town comedians, people that you'd have to pay $30 to see.
Yeah.
We book them like 2 months in advance, and then the night before, Brian Redband picks them up and just like in casual conversations, like, hey, you want to do my show tomorrow? And of course they're gonna say yes.
Right. Yeah.
And so it happened to us a couple weeks ago where it was like, so our show's on Thursday, and it was like 10 o'clock on Thursday morning. 4 comedians texted me like, hey, Brian Redband just asked me to be on the Death Squad show.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, we don't have a show tonight.
Right.
And so now I'm calling around trying to, pull in favors and see who's available. And luckily enough, there was 4 of my pretty good friends pre-pandemic that weren't booked on anything that Thursday. So I was like, thank God. But it's just been a insane back and forth between the comedy clubs and trying to figure out how to,
Yeah.
get things going.
So you said you're a booker for a club here?
Mm-hmm. This is not a club. It's just a one-off show. Basically, it's just I travel for comedy, and I'm in the comedy scene, and so most people in the rural areas, like they'd have to drive all the way into Austin, park in the crazy 6th Street traffic. The parking's terrible out there just to get like an hour show. Like most of them won't do it.
Yeah.
And so what I do is I meet all these comedians, and I think they're fucking hilarious. And so I'll be like, hey man, do you want to come do a show with me in Georgetown? And so book them. We usually book like a month or 2 in advance. Spencer Cavins also books with that place. He helps me out a lot. He does. I say that shit. I started the show, and immediately, like it was like a weekend, I was like, fuck, I'm gonna suck at this.
Yeah.
Like it's not my vein, man. Like I'm good at talking to people, but like all the logistics, all the behind the scenes stuff, like I'm fucking terrible
Not
at.
your thing. Yeah, I feel
Like
that.
I'm a good host. I'm decent at stand up comedy, but like the organizational, like me, it's before when I was running it was just like calling my friends.
Right.
And I was like, hey, do you want to do a show this weekend? Do you want a show? Okay, cool. Meet me there at 7:30, and that was it. And then I'd make like a group text thread, but like everything else, I realized I figured that I could get it done that way.
Yeah.
But you need fucking organization. You need like
Yeah.
there's tons of stuff that you don't know, like that people don't think about.
All the behind the scenes
All the
stuff.
behind the scenes stuff. And so I brought Spencer Cavins on, and that was back in September of last year.
Yeah.
And then since then we've had 42 shows, 38 have been sold out in Georgetown.
Dang, bro.
Dude,
is this at Barrel and Amps?
It's Barrels and Amps, yep.
Dude, oh my gosh.
It's just been packed. Like, by the way, I'm sure you have a lot of Georgetown listeners.
Yeah.
So it's at Barrels and Amps every Thursday at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
We're bringing in, like, literally, you have no idea who's going to show up. Like, we have special guests drop in all the time. Tony Hinchecliff dropped in, Jamar Neighbors, Rocky Dale Davis, Jerry Garcia from Netflix.
Yeah.
He has a Netflix special. He dropped in. And then besides that, just local Like literally, these are guys that we hang out in comedy clubs every night, right?
That's dope.
And so we see somebody that has a funny set, and we're like, hey man, do you want to come out? You know, and so we get people from LA, Louisiana, like New York, like fucking everywhere,
all over,
all the up and coming people that, you know,
that's legit. Want a spot? They just want a spot.
They just want a spot, and everybody does 10 minutes. So usually we get about 7 or 8 comedians. The show is an hour and a half. I open up the show, or Spencer opens up the show, and we just go back and forth and pick who our favorites are. So essentially, when you come to a show, you're seeing who we think are the next big up and coming guys.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Yeah. But anyway, Spencer Cavins helped me. He took over like the
logistics side.
The logistics side of it, and he hates it, and he'll hate that I'm saying that because he's like, it's also your job too, Dean. And I'm like, nah, that shit's yours, dude.
It's also, we share this position.
Dude, he gets mad at me so often, man.
That's so funny, bro.
Like I'm such like a wild brained, like I got crazy ideas, and you know, like I attribute it to you know, being an artist. You know, like there's the
right.
Again, like I say stuff sometimes, and I can just imagine my grandpa behind me just with a finger just about to flick me, saying some hippie shit. But really, man, like artists, like I think everybody has their talents, and when you can learn other things. Yeah. But like being good at what you, you should do is a completely different thing, man.
Yeah, bro. It's so like, that's so true, and I 100% agree with that because. Yeah. I try to dude, if you look at my room, I have a guitar, I have a piano, I have a MIDI keyboard over there. I try to learn how to make beats. Yeah. I get like not even a quarter of the way like knowledgeable on these subjects. And then I'm like, man, I just don't have it. But I like love it. It's fun.
Yeah, man. Love being around it.
I'm like, yeah, I'm never going to be like a professional in this. And then I'm like, I'll put it away.
You don't know until my mom was getting on, or my stepmom and my dad were getting on to my little brother because he would like pick something up and then put it down. Pick something up and then put it down. They're like, you just got to stick to something. I'm like, man, I don't know if that's true, you know? Yeah. Like when he'll stick to something when he finds whatever it is that he likes, you know?
Exactly.
I think that's healthy, man. Like making your brain work. You don't know if you're going to be a good guitarist or a good stand-up comedian until you just fucking do it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And if you're not in love with it, fucking drop it and go to something else.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
I agree. This is like the most consistent I've ever been with anything in my life. This little podcast I got going on. It's so fun, bro. I love talking to people like you. Like we've never met before.
No, dude. And it's so that is strange. And there's a certain like awkwardness that comes with meeting somebody from the first time and talking. Yeah. But you're very like open and comfortable to talk to.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Dude, this one isn't even done. I'm looking forward to coming back, man.
Dude, yeah, man.
Hell yeah. So where we at on time?
Dude, I don't know. I think it's been about 45 minutes.
Love it, dude. I fucking love it. Yeah.
I have no idea, bro. We're getting lost though. That's the way I like it.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's why I don't have that's why I don't have any sort of topics or anything, man. Yeah. It's so weird. Like, have you done podcasts with pre-written questions or anything like that?
Oh, they're the worst, dude. They're the absolute worst. Yeah. Now I know. Usually when people tell me, like, they'll send me like a
little script.
Yeah, like a script. Yeah. Like, here's what we're gonna talk about, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'll like take the questions and I'll like think about what I'm gonna say, and then, but I never write anything down and I don't take notes with me.
Smart.
You know. Yeah. So like I try to like because it's the other person's podcast, so you can't like disrespect them and be like, hey, I know that this is what you want to do, but I don't want to do that shit. You know, you can't do that. Yeah. So, but I try to like think about what I would like to say, and then when they're reading off their notes, just try to be like, you know, like, hey man, let's just talk, you know, and like try
organic,
try to get them to be more organic and out there, and then but it seems like anytime people just like put the papers away and then just talk, like you might not get more of a more uniformed or what you actually want to know, but sometimes you get, you know, stuff that you didn't even think you were going to talk about, like old stories that you know just popped into your head, like Zach and them.
Exactly.
Like if we had a script deal, I doubt we would have ever, you know, like even come to known that.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly, man. And then it's like
talking about that little blonde-headed fuck.
I know, dude. Zach. Oh my gosh,
dude. How was he in high school, bro? He must have been.
Dude, he was a golfer in high school.
Dude, I know. So we were talking. So we actually got caught in a snowstorm over there. So we were staying. I think it was close to the Caddo Lake,
Okay.
And you could either stay in town. So we were staying in town the first time, and we came back, my dad and I, they were like, hey, you can either pay, the 150 or you can just stay with us in the cabin. And I was like, oh shit, y'all have a cabin? And by cabin they meant they somehow managed to drag a trailer, like a single wide, up this mountain.
Geez.
I have no idea how they got it up there. Legit, they don't even know how they got it up there. And they got power to it and water, and it was just like this tiny, shitty single wide cabin. And we're like, fuck yeah, we'll throw in here. We're having a good time. And then it got cold, and it was so I gave my dad one of the bedrooms, and this guy named Hunter that they were working for stayed in the other bedroom, and then it was just me and Zach and Tristan, just like shivering in the living room. And Tristan was on I think it was Tristan or Zach was on the bed, and you guys were just sitting up there, and they had this like heater. This like one little what do you call those, space heaters?
Little space heater.
Yeah, it's a little space heater, and we put it between the couch and the little air mattress they had, and like I woke up and Zach's like standing over, just like just in his underwear, just like sitting above, the deal. We made gumbo. It was it was a fucking weekend, man.
Dude, that's cool.
Hell
man.
yeah, those guys are awesome, man.
Cool guys, man.
Going out there just like stomping through, like there was ice where we were duck hunting, and they had to like go out there and stomp. Dude, I've never seen more attitude on a person or a dog than Zach and his little black dog.
Yeah,
his little black lab he has. I cannot remember her name.
Shiner.
Shiner. Oh, that's it, Shiner.
That's
yeah.
it, dude.
So him and Shiner, and they're out there just like stomping, and Tristan's like, stomp the ice and get back, stomp the ice and get back, and Zach's like, shut the fuck up, Tristan. And he's just out there just holding it. He's just stomping back and forth like this, and Shiner's just swimming around him.
That's hilarious, bro.
Dude, it was fucking great, man. Those guys are crazy.
Yeah, bro, they're clowns, man.
Oh yeah,
they're a good duo, man.
Oh, they're great duo.
They're
man.
hilarious.
Really good dudes, man. Really good dudes. I know they said they drink on the job, and they do. I'm not taking that back. I've already said it. I've already said it. No. They don't drink until they're done with their job. Sometimes right before. I was thinking dude, I could see Zach now just like, shut up, motherfucker.
It depends on who the person is that they're guiding, but
yeah, for sure, dude. They're not. They don't drink, and especially there's another thing that I respect about them is they don't hunt while you hunt. There's a lot of guides they'll go over and they'll shoot while you shoot, and then they don't. They sit back and they just sit back and call and send their dogs out and work them. So yeah,
that's really cool. Yeah, bro, that kind of goes back to that what you were saying about being authentic on stage, like talking about being authentic here in the podcast. It's like you could tell, like, I don't know, you probably listen to podcasts, I assume, but like you can always tell when they're like not themselves, or when it's or even obviously stand up, but it's like the energy's not there, and you're like, oh, that's weird. I'm not gonna listen to this.
Yeah, something's off.
That's the format. I'm glad it's working, man, because then
and you just get better and better the more you go. And I'm sure it's the same thing with stand up, but you'll go back. I'm sure we'll go back and listen to this episode like 6 months later and just be like, oh,
gross.
No, like, oh, that's so terrible,
Oh hell yeah.
But and it is better when you know the person, But like I said, as I was thinking about it on the way over here, I was like, man, I wish we'd have gotten like coffee before.
Yeah, I thought about that. The reason why I don't like,
but it's not. I mean, truly, man, it's been. I mean, it's not over, but while we've been hanging out, it's been a lot of fun, man.
Pretty natural,
to talk
right?
to. Yeah, pretty natural.
Pretty cool. Yeah, man. I thought about that, like, because I've had a couple guests on that I don't really know, and like, should I get coffee with them? But then I'm like, it kind of takes the authenticity out of the conversation, the original conversation, because we don't know each other.
About all the crap.
Yeah, like we talking like we're literally drinking coffee, but like we're talking like we're drinking coffee without a camera and a microphone in front of us.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the best way to do it, I think.
For sure. And if you can forget the camera, and that's the hardest part about podcasting is forgetting the cameras there. Because also, like, I mean, even me slipping up and, like, talking about Zach and stuff, like, you think about it, and as much as people say, you're different in front of the camera, like, you have to think about it a little bit,
Yeah.
And so, or it's hard to just completely get it out of your head.
Yeah, of course.
But once you do, man, it's like, Oh, it's a blast, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Like some of the best podcasts.
Just like stand up, bro. It's just like that, doing it a couple times, couple times, and then that adds up, and then you get way better, like you said, and it's just
that, or not knowing. So it does attribute to stand up a little bit, because we started locking people's phones up.
Oh, that's so
at
smart.
Shows at every comedy club, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be nationwide soon.
Good,
because Rogan's really pushing for it. But yeah, they get these little gray bags, and it locks.
Yeah,
and you take it with you, so we don't hold your phone, but you take it with you, and you go in there. If you want it unlocked, you got to go to the front door. You can go outside, talk on the phone, do whatever you need to do. But if you're going to be sitting down at the comedy club, people lock their phones up, and it sucks that we have to treat people like third graders, you know. But
yeah,
it makes you feel so much more comfortable.
Oh,
like
that's
I go
good.
on stage and I'm like, oh, I can say anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
like,
that's
and
cool.
if we're all together in it, you know? Like, there's certain things that just like, if you see somebody like holding their phone up, you're like, oh, fuck. Well, you're going to take this out of context.
Yeah.
So you got to think about, because we're saying
outrageous stuff.
Outrageous shit. Because the funniest stuff is stuff you're not supposed to say.
Yeah.
You know?
100%. Yeah.
If you can get away with that, like it would be, everybody knows we're joking. You know, it's like your friends. You're like, hey, everybody, you know that I'm not a horrible human being, but also, like when people, I don't want my grandma hearing my abortion joke. You know, like, and I did. So I'm a happy-go-lucky comedian. I don't like doing dark material, but that's the shit that makes me laugh.
Yeah, bro,
like
I get it.
The worst shit, dude. And so I write a few, but I never tell them on stage. Like it's not my vein of comedy,
right?
Because I've got a real good friend of mine, Adam Lucky. I was on his show this Saturday.
Bro, yeah, I've seen Adam Lucky. He's got long hair, glasses.
Yes,
yeah,
dude,
bro.
That
He's
dude
hilarious.
Is fucking dark.
He's hilarious, though.
Okay,
man.
so I'll tell you a story about this guy. So we walked up, and one of the first times, I knew him. He moved from Tacoma during the pandemic, so we were hanging out. And then Chris Reese and John Rice were his friends back home.
Yeah,
he convinced them to move here. But I knew him for probably like 6 months prior, and he like became a part of our friend group. We saw a penis together, like it was fucking. We're outside.
Y'all brothers now.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so that's a fucking another great one. So we're standing outside the Lucky Duck. By the way, anybody that wants to, it's the best. Besides Wednesdays, Whiskey Wednesdays with Dean Allen Stanfield, it is. It's the best open mic in town. Is at the Lucky Duck on Wednesdays. So it's a late night mic. It goes from 8 till 2 in the morning.
Dang.
You don't know who's gonna show up. This place is fucking wild.
The Lucky Duck. Where,
the
this is
Lucky
in Austin?
Duck in Austin.
Okay.
Yeah, on 6th Street. And it is, during the pandemic, it was this hub of just every single comedian in the state of Texas was driving it. There would be 80 comedians in one night.
Damn.
And we would all do 4-minute sets, and you didn't know there was ups and downs, and it was fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
And people were saying crazy shit. Like, we were just getting away. Like, we all thought we were going to die. So fuck it. Let's say some crazy shit. And so we would go out there, and then so there's an apartment complex right across, and it's just like right there.
Yeah.
So the second floor, there was a dude that was, him and his girlfriend were fucking, right?
Oh, no way.
They were getting after it, and they had the blinds open. I don't know if they knew or not.
Oh, they probably did. Yeah, they probably
maybe
did.
so.
Yeah.
And so somebody caught him, and so just like, we're doing stand-up comedy, and then also we're watching a porn. This dude's blowing this poor lady's back out, and we're just cheering him on. And he looks over from the couch, he sees everybody, and he like stops, and then he's like, "Hell yeah!"
Oh, that's hilarious,
dude. And we're all together in it, and so that goes on, and she finds out, she goes over and pulls the blinds, and I think, or he does, I can't remember which one. They pull the blinds, so we're all like, "Oh no!" And so then like 30 minutes later, the dude comes back. And he opens the blinds, and he's just standing there butt naked.
That's hilarious.
So as a group, we get together, and we like it's a concert. We're just like, whoa! The dude's doing a helicopter. And I look over at Adam Lucky, and I look at him and like, we're in this together. And I fucking give him a kiss, and then we're like just joining arms, bonding over this penis, right?
Dude, oh my gosh.
That's the vibe of this place, right? This place is absolute insanity. And so Adam Lucky and I had not met Chris Reese or John Rice yet, right? So it was like a week. The week they moved there, Adam Lucky came up to me, and he was sitting there. And this is like an example of the fucked up shit we tell each other. Like, just to make each other laugh because we're always hearing crazy shit.
Yeah.
So to get me to laugh, he's got to say something insane.
Yeah, outrageous.
And so he walks up and he goes, hey, Dean, have you met Chris? And I was like, oh, no. Hey, man, how's it going? It's nice to meet you. And Adam would go, Adam was like, hey, wouldn't it be hilarious if we both just raped Chris? And Chris was like, why would that be funny? And then Adam was like, just imagine Dean and I just like grabbing all your fat rolls and making your butthole hurt.
Dude, I saw. So Brandon at Big Laugh Comedy?
Yeah, Brandon Lewin.
Brandon Lewin. Shout out to Brandon. That's my boy, dude. I did a video for them.
Hey, Brandon, book your boy.
Yeah, book him, man. I did a video for them at the Vulcan, and
oh, nice.
Yeah, bro. So I got to see like Joe Rogan. I got to see the Death Squad perform. I got to see a bunch of different cats, like legends, like Ron White popped in. It was cool, bro.
Dude,
it was dope. And then Adam was like, what was it? It had to have been a Death Squad show, and he was like one of the openers for the Death Squad. He's hilarious, bro. He's cracking everybody up,
dude.
And he's so chill on the stage. He was like super chill,
yeah,
and just had some killer jokes, and he was killing the crowd. It was awesome, man.
Dude, Adam Lucky during the pandemic, I would say top 3 comedians. Why am I even outing myself? I'm just gonna piss a bunch of people off for no damn reason. Matt Boyd, Adam Lucky. And these are just personal, personal favorites, and Gabe Davis.
Okay,
probably 3 of the. And dude, they're just like there were guys that moved here that had already been doing it for like 3 or 4 years, some of them 5, and then moved here during the pandemic. Besides Gabe was here prior, but they just like I don't know how they were doing it. Their respected, like in Tacoma or Matt's from Nashville, how they were doing before.
Yeah.
But I remember just like seeing these guys for the first time and being like, fuck, dude. Like these guys are good.
Yeah.
Like Adam, and the way Adam can like tiptoe the line of what is like on the cusp of being funny.
Yeah.
And the cusp of being like, fuck, I can't believe he said that, dude. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's professional, man. That's why awesome. I don't do it, is because like I was on his show on Saturday. And so I was sitting there like, I don't have any dark jokes because when I say them, I can't keep a straight face. Like he can keep a straight. I can't. Like I was telling this, which I don't do. Sorry, mom. Abortion joke.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't. I can't get it out without laughing. Like I want you people to know I'm not being serious, because in my mind, I'm like, what if somebody's in the front row that just had an abortion?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I'm making fun of it, or not making fun of it, but, talking about it. And
making light of the subject.
I'm just like, I'm making light of the subject. Exactly. And so, because you don't realize, like, as comedians, like we hang out with each other and we say horrible shit.
Yeah, bro.
And then we go around normal people, like we not normal people, but like people that aren't stand-up comedians. And I forget sometimes that people don't like,
they don't talk like that.
They don't talk like that.
Yeah. No,
dude,
I get
it. It was this weekend on what was it, Friday night. I did some shows and then I was hanging out with my boys, right? And so I hadn't hung out like with all of us together since high school. Like it'd been like since we were like 18 or 19 since we all hung out.
Dang.
So we'd all hung out with like each other.
Yeah.
Like in different ways or maybe in small groups, but as a full group, it hadn't been since high school. And so we were having a great time and laughing. And we walked outside the restaurant or walked outside the bar, and there was an accident. And it was one of those accidents where it wasn't like, damn, that's cool. It was like somebody died.
Oh, yeah.
There was body bags and shit.
Oh, damn.
And so we walked outside, and the first thing that came to my mind was like, damn, like somebody lost their memories out there. And so one of the guys was like, dude, they didn't lose their memories. I think they died. I was like, yeah, no more memories. And nobody laughed.
Oh, that's crazy, bro.
Because we're watching people. They're putting body bags over people. There was still a shadowy figure on the ground that hadn't been covered yet.
Oh, man.
And I'm making fun of it.
Dude, I
was like, you got to make light of it. But I thought about it.
Bro. Like, I can't, even in the hardest situations, you got to make light of it. Because, like, for some people, like, that's just how you get, like, that's how you make the subject light and not, like, freak out about it,
Look,
and
everybody handles shit different ways.
Exactly.
Why can't I? And people get mad when you make fun of stuff.
Yeah, bro.
But, like, this is weird shit. I don't know how to handle it. Like, I'm watching somebody Like that person's dead.
Yeah.
And you're looking at them, and it's, why is it okay for somebody to record?
I know.
So like you see people walking around and they're like, oh shit, this accident happened. Like I said this about the remember that pileup that happened during the winter storm?
Yep.
I said, so obviously, I think when comedians see messed up stuff happen, they're like, fuck, how long can I hold off before I make a joke? You know, like this is, and it's messed up and you don't want to do it. Normally I make them myself and then I archive them and then I don't tell shit to anybody.
Yeah.
Because it's like with stuff like that, you just got to get out of your head. And so I didn't tell that joke, but if I had, people would have been, you know, like I couldn't even imagine what a mother or a son would think, like how that would affect them.
Right.
You know, that was their mother that died, and they're you know, I'm making a joke about it. So that's what kept me from doing the joke. But somebody that recorded, like, fucking, what are you doing, man? Like, if I found out that my sister died, like, if I was watching that video and being like, damn, that sucks. Like, man, my sister's on that road, and then I see a Charger get, you know, crushed like a tin can by an 18-wheeler. If that's how I found out my sister died,
be pissed,
bro. I'm coming. Like, Facebook.
Yeah,
that shows you where you live. I don't know where you're at in Dallas, Texas, but I'm driving around until I find you. Like if you fit and you're sitting there like, damn, that sucks. Oh, that car got crushed.
Right.
Like that car didn't get crushed. That person just died.
Yeah,
and that's how they find out that you're. Oh, bro.
Yeah. No, I agree, bro.
But that's okay. But you can post videos like that. You know, like. So what are we doing, man?
I know,
this
bro.
Place is crazy.
That's why
it's fucking crazy.
That's why I'm glad they have those yonder bags or whatever they're called at the.
Yeah,
at the
that's what it is. Yeah, yonder.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think I think everybody. Freedom of speech is weird because there's certain times that it's not like, well, this fucking Tony debacle. We're not talking about that.
Yeah.
That subject has been, talked about so much by
everybody,
comedians, but truly, man, that's one of the reasons that we have them is because if you record something and take it out of context, like I'm a controversial comedian. Like I talk about controversial shit. So if you cut some of my lines out, like just words, and like recording, like, because when I record sets, what I do is I just chop them up into minute clips and then I release them onto YouTube, YouTube or Instagram, really Instagram more now. But there's sometimes where like I'm terrible at editing, and so I've got a guy do it for me. But before that, I would just chop it up literally into just minute long clips. That's however long it goes. I would chop them up into minute clips, and then I'd watch them, and I'd be like, "Oh, that one's good," or I need to adjust this one. I watched one time where I was talking about Puerto Ricans saying the N-word, right, and how I don't think they should, and so the bit is it's got like a 30-second silence that it's like building up and building up and building up, and then when I tell the punchline, it's a misdirect and it's funny. But that 30 seconds of build, it's not worth putting it online, Yeah. Like it just, you're like, where is he going with this? Like, whoa, easy, Whitey, easy. and then when I drop the punchline, it's like, oh, okay, that's, thank God he was going that direction. But it's, if you had to sit there and watch that for 30 seconds on Instagram, you'd be like, dude, fuck this dude. You get 10 seconds in, they'd be like, I'm fucking canceling this motherfucker.
Right.
And so, but at a comedy club, you have to stop and you have to like, where is he going? You're like figuring it out, And so it's okay. And especially once I tell the punchline, that's why I hate when people cut you off. Like I had a lady a couple weeks ago just say no. She said no like 13 times. Like I was doing a joke and she was like, no. I was like, no. What are you talking about? Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
And she was like, you can't talk about that. I was like, what the fuck did you just say? I was like, ma'am, I wanted to have a good set. I wanted to come up here and make people laugh. Now I got to talk to you? Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Dude, it's like people, the entitlement, man. Like, even at that, like, you paid $20 to come see a show, okay? If you don't want to enjoy it, shut up.
Yeah.
Because there's fucking 150 people here or 100 people here that also paid $200, paid $20 a ticket. Like, if you don't like it, how it should be is everybody should have the ability to say anything they want on stage without interruption, right? Or without people chiming in, or it's not a fucking conversation. And so after that, like what I say at my mic is you're allowed to say anything. I don't care whatever word, whatever deal you want to. But as soon as you take a step off this stage, it's on you, brother.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to take a risk, there's some white guys out there that are like, oh, I think it'd be edge, you know, like they want to be edgelords.
Yeah.
And they want to say the N-word.
Oh yeah. That's
and
crazy.
it's like, hey man, if you wanna try it, people, because there's a lot of places that'll ban you for it, right?
Yeah.
And for me, I made an announcement where I was like, look, if it was going around for a little while, and of course I've got this haircut, and you know, I'm from Texas, and so people automatically think racist. And so, and I was like, I'm not banning people for saying a word. I don't matter what word it is, you know? And I was like, because first of all, I think that's a good way to get people to stop saying that word.
Yeah.
As if they say that
They learn their
word,
lesson.
and then a bunch of you just 8 giant black dudes beat the fuck out of you. You're gonna stop saying that word.
Yeah.
And so expose them. If you think somebody, I mean, is you know, a racist, it's better get that person out in the front.
Yeah.
Out in the front, let's talk about it. Let's agree to it, and then fucking. That's why I say, look, hey, I'm not gonna let anybody touch you on this stage. You know, like if you say whatever you want to, I'm not gonna perjure your thoughts. You know, you say what you want, and you get so much better material out of that.
Yeah.
You know, but I'll be completely honest with you. As soon as you step off that stage, if they're like beating your ass and curb stomping you, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, he's getting the fuck beat out of it. That's why you don't say that word.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's a cool perspective, man.
Yeah, and so people, a lot of, you know, it didn't happen for very long, but a few people were mad that I said that.
Yeah.
But I was like, look, man, I don't know how to deal with this, but I'm gonna deal with it the way that I know how.
Right.
And you know, let's just go. And then it lasted for like 3 weeks. Everybody said it. Not everybody said it, but the people that wanted to say it said it. Realized why it's not funny. Why it's not funny.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, there was 2 people that made it funny.
Yeah.
I mean, as long, dude, anything can be funny.
I agree.
If you make it. The problem with saying any of those words, like any racial slur, is it just brings a negativity into the room, man.
Yeah.
And that's not what we're here to do. We're here to bring, you know, positivity and, you know, make people laugh.
Yeah.
And so it's funny to say crazy, wild shit, but there's certain words that you just can't ignore. They bring a bad energy into the room. And so why would you do that?
Yeah.
You know, unless you can make it funny. And if you can make it funny, like, oh, if you want to risk it.
Yeah. It's a big risk. Yeah.
Do what you want to, man.
That's a very interesting perspective, man, because I like how you don't bar people by any means, and then afterwards it's kind of up to them what happens. Like that's cool. That's cool, because then it's like play at your own risk, man. It's
because you're not going to find out. I think in order to do stand up well, you have to feel like you can say whatever you want. You know,
I would
like
agree
you have
to
to
that.
feel
Yeah.
like at no point will somebody fucking stand up and shoot you, or you know, or cancel you. Or call you a bigot. That's why I just stay away from the crazy shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, I don't stay away from the crazy shit. I say stuff, but I don't like doing rape jokes.
Yeah.
I don't like doing abortion jokes. You know, I don't like saying. I like more talking about, like, I've got a strange vein of comedy. Like right now, I'm trying to think. Pre-pandemic, I was the only redneck comedian in Austin. During the pandemic, still, I think the only redneck comedian. Now, I bet there's like 1 or 2, kind of.
Yeah.
But besides that, like, a lot of people don't have my perspective of things, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I like just talking about, half the time it's just talking about stories, and people are like, holy shit, you know? Right, I've been talking a lot about race recently, and race and women. I think are the 2 like topic bits that I have. I just have a page called Women, and I have a page called Race. But like people talking about like this haircut, like just genuine things that happen, like how crazy this world is. Like a guy came up to me, a bald guy.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing this is a bit that I have. I fucking hate it when comics do bits. I was about to start one. And then I was like, I fucking hate it. Like, I know that joke, motherfucker. You're just trying to be funny. But no. So just for an example, like I talked, like a bald guy came up and he was like, you need to cut that racist haircut. Like telling me about this. It was a long conversation, but essentially it got to the point. He was a little drunk. He was on 6th Street, but he was telling me like how systemic racism is like in this haircut.
Oh, that's weird.
And he was like, yeah, haircut represents racism and the Confederate flag and all that shit. I was like, dude, it's cool hair. I was like, and I was thinking about it. I was like, dude, you have the most racist haircuts. No hair is the racist. I was like, you need to watch American History X again, man, because you need to go buy a goddamn wig if you think that. Like, how about you just? Like,
that's good, bro.
It comes from hate, you know.
That's
like,
good.
yeah. And so I said that, and I started like writing on that. Like,
that's so dope.
Like, it's insane how people just assume they know something.
Yeah.
And they just go off of it. Like with no, you don't talk to somebody. He just walked up out of nowhere and said that this haircut's racist. I'm like, oh, you go fuck yourself.
That's how it seems the world is going right now, especially on like social media, especially like you have no even chance of knowing what somebody's past is or what they've been through. And you see like words on a screen and you assume, you know,
and you could be a nobody.
Yeah.
You can be a nobody that's done nothing with your life besides sit in a fucking basement and just be mad and go through somebody's post and be like, yeah, this guy's racist. Right. I don't know how they sound, but that's how they sound in my head.
Yeah.
Because I have people comment on shit, and I'm like, what is it? There was one that got a little traction, and it was the Church's Chicken bit I was doing for a while.
Yeah.
And I say I love Church's Chicken because it's the best place to have a black lady call you baby.
Yeah. I saw that on your IG.
And so it's one of my favorite jokes, man, because it's like, there's no better heartwarming feeling than having a southern black lady call you baby. Like, it brings serotonin to your brain that I can only assume cocaine does. Like, dude, just like fucking, there's something that just warms my heart. And so I did that bit, and somebody like just took it and twisted it and was like, because it gets us some silence from the audience on the first part.
Yeah.
But then, you know, like talking it through and explaining it, like people love that joke
because
on stage.
It's relatable, right?
It's relatable.
People are like, what is he gonna?
What is he do? A black lady call you baby? Like, oh, wait. Oh, actually, no, I do like that. Like, I don't know why that makes me happy, but it's something that does, and nobody's like talked about. And so, I had like, I don't know, 30 or 40 comments of somebody being like, you know, like, oh, this mullet racist piece of shit. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, is it racist? And I was like, it's not. I was like, man, those people go fuck themselves.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not taking it down or changing it. You know, like, what are we doing? Yeah, if you try to, like, off of what 2 or 3 people say, if you're never going to make everybody happy.
Yeah, it's impossible, especially in your line of work, bro. No.
No. Like, you can't worry about that. You try to do what you think is best. And, like, even at that, I'm not even, like what is it, edgelord, like Adam Lucky or anybody? Adam, dude, you talk about pissing people off. That dude, him and Ryan Joseph, I think are the only two that I've seen, like, people, like, stand up around laughing people. Because there's times when they, like, fall flat on their face. Like, a comedian says something, and it's happened to me, where you say something, and you, like, mixed up the words, and it didn't go well, and now you're like, if I mess up that one joke about Puerto Ricans saying the N-word, if I mess it up, it's just like, sometimes I'll just bail.
Yeah.
Like, when I was trying to figure the joke out, I was like and it's like an awkward 30 seconds, and then I hit the punchline and it's a good misdirect. But if I lose myself somewhere in there, I'm like, woo, okay, guys, this is getting weird. I was like, I lost my train of thought where I was going with that. Like, I have to, like, stop and, like, address it, you know? And I
think people appreciate that too.
Yeah,
the audience, they're like,
and
okay.
Usually you do that at open mics. Like, that's where you say your crazy shit.
Right.
And then you wait, you know, bring stuff that's just like I don't go up there and riff very often unless it's like, because you can't anymore. Unless it's like a dark mic, like a late night open mic, or like open mic where nobody's there but comedians.
Yeah. And
then I'll say some crazy shit and, like, try stuff out. But normally everything's, like, you know, pretty much written out and done in my head before I go on stage. But fuck, I lose my train of thought way too much.
It's all good, bro.
It's that weed.
It's that weed.
No, I didn't. I smoked early this morning, but there's sorry, Grandma. What was it? I'll talk about that. Somebody the other day I was talking about because I'm starting to release more and more and more, and I waited for a long time to start releasing material. And somebody was like, "Why don't you release more? Like that set was amazing, you know? Like you should record that and release it." And I was like, my grandma's still alive. Like it sucks like waiting for her to die, but I hope I don't make Netflix until she passes. Or at least just gets loopy enough.
Oh, that's
you know?
funny, bro.
Because
Yeah.
like even like the said, I talk about coming on my girlfriend. I think that like, out of the stuff that I say, that's probably the worst.
Yeah.
Like it made my mom comes like once every 6 months to see a show. And then she's like, "Oh, okay, well,
Never
again."
again.
And then she'll forget, and then she'll come. And then every single time she's like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna come to a show," and I'm like, "Don't do that. That's not gonna be." Like, I'll
warning you.
tell you.
I'm warning you now.
I'm warning you now. I don't change my material.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say everything. Like I had one where it was in Georgetown at the Palace Theater, and it was one of the first like big shows I'd ever done. And it was a couple years ago, and my stepdad came, and I didn't know he was gonna come until like I walked on stage, and I looked in the crowd and I saw him.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, "Fuck!" And I started into my jokes. It was going well, and then I had to do one about an old lady giving me a blowjob. It's one of my favorite bits I used to do, and in order to do it, like I acted out, right? It's like an act out bit, and I looked at everybody. So I do this thing where I go like I go for like 10 seconds. Like giving her, I was like, and so I'm looking into the crowd and I make eye contact with him, and I was like, "All right, guys, I gotta stop. That's my stepdad." So if y'all don't laugh at these jokes, I just risked demonstrating an old lady giving me a blowjob from my stepdad. You fucking people respect this shit. Went back into it and just fucking, it was great, man. And I would do that bit, and I would count in my head 10 seconds because that's when it seemed that people laughed the most. Like I did it for 3 seconds one time, and then I did it for 6 seconds, and I did it for 10 seconds, and it got the most laughs, and then I did it for 15 seconds, and nobody laughed.
Yeah.
Like, so I stopped it. I would stop it at 10, and this time I went and I was like, I'm going to see how long, I'm just going to wait till people stop laughing. And I just kept going and going, and it was like 45 seconds, and I was like looking at people like,
That's so cool.
and people just like there'd be like a lull, and I'd be like, "All right, it's over." And I'm like, "One more," and I'd look at somebody like, "Oh," and they would laugh. People would start laughing again. It was fucking great. Oh,
That's
it was one of my
awesome,
favorite. Bro. It was one of my favorite shows. And but like you can like curbing material. Like it seems like I've had times where like I saw like an ex-girlfriend in the crowd. Or with the worst one, and then I fucking hate that this ever happened even. But there was a girl that showed up to a show one time that I'd been talking to. And she showed up out of random, and so I was thinking in my head, like the whole set. I was like, what's gonna make her laugh? You know, like what? Like, 'cause I'm trying to get laid. You know, and so I was like, I don't want to say anything too risky because you know, like I want to, you know, I'm trying to get laid. You know? And so. Just the whole set, and it was not going well. I was fucking bombing, and that was worse. And I stopped, and I was like, "All right, guys, I want to apologize. I've been trying to get pussy." I was thinking, like, what joke could I make to make her laugh so I can get laid? And I was like, and that's just that shit. That was weird, right? Everybody felt that. Everybody was like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do real jokes now. All right. So I was banging that girl last night. No. And so I wrote a joke, and she was okay with it. And I hadn't like finished it, but she had a tattoo of a dove on her side.
Yeah.
And so I made this joke where like when guys pull out, we aim for something, right? And so sometimes you get an actual target, you know. It just works out perfect. And I said the problem was if I miss, it makes it look like that dove is taking a shit. On her inspirational quote, which is you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Oh, shit.
And that's just too on the nose for me. Yeah. And it was a Bible verse that was underneath it.
That's so funny.
So I used to tell the joke, and it turns people off every time. But it was hilarious because it was a true story that happened, you know?
Yeah.
But I said it was fucked up because I did aim for it, right? And then when it happened, I was like, but it's like if I miss, it's not worth the risk because if I miss, it makes it look like it's taking a shit on that Bible verse, and I can't have that. I love Jesus, And so, but it would always turn crowds off. And I told it that way that night, and she laughed, and everybody laughed with her. And I was like, fuck yeah, this joke's going to work.
Oh, that's cool.
That joke went on to bomb. And I gave it so much. Like, I wanted so bad for it to work.
Yeah.
And it never... It's just too much. It's too weird.
Didn't pan out.
But for that one night, it worked for that, like that one show. But now I just switch it to, on the inspirational quote.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I love that, bro. I love that how you have to tweak words, even sometimes change a story up a little bit just to make people laugh, bro. Because that's what it's all about.
Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Yeah,
right?
bro.
That was my grandpa said that when I was a small child.
Yeah.
And I've lived that way, the rest of my life. Like most of the stuff, it doesn't have to be a true story, but in my mind, the best jokes that I have are all they're true, but you're just like add a little flavor in there.
Yeah,
just,
exactly.
You go by and I want to pull back the fourth wall, but 9 times out of I don't know. I was gonna think about this. I don't think I've told 100% true story, like where everything was true.
Yeah.
Besides this last one, we were doing a storytelling competition, and I told a story about somebody putting a finger in my butt, and it was when I was in rodeo, and I got stomped, and so I went to go get checked out, and so they have these ambulances on standby, right? And so I saw the guy by the ambulance, and so I was like, hey man, do you mind checking me out? And so check me out, medical professional, and then. When it came time for the internal bleeding test, he was like, we didn't check for internal bleeding. The only way to do that is rectally. And I was like, all right, he's a medical professional. That makes sense. And so he did it, and everything was fine. I wasn't bleeding, And so I went to the hospital 6 years later, and I was in a rollover accident, a real bad rollover accident. And they were checking me for, they were telling me all the things we need to check for. And he said internal bleeding. And he said, and he turned around. And so I took that as we're doing the internal bleeding test.
Yeah.
I pull my pants down, and he turns around. He's like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh shit. Hey, why is what the fuck? What's going on back there? 'Cause I'm arms down. Yeah. I can't see what's going on back there, dude. Don't fucking start with that. And so he was like, you're naked. I was like, yeah, for the internal bleeding test, it's rectally, And he was like, dude, we haven't done that in 40 years. It's like, we got x-rays and shit, man. Like, pull your pants up. And I was like, fuck. Was that just some regular dude hanging outside of a fucking ambulance?
Just some guy waiting for somebody to get stomped on?
Dude, and then just sticking fingers up your butt for no reason. Fucking sick, twisted bastard.
That's crazy, bro.
So that was like it was 100% true story, man. Like I just thought about it, and they were like, tell us a crazy story. And so, and I remember back in I used to tell that, like just hanging out with friends and shit. They're like, Dean, tell us about the story, or just tell us a crazy story. I'm like, you want to hear some crazy shit? Fucking kids today, get a finger up your butt.
That's crazy, bro.
It was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, man. You can't, I'd say most of the stories you hear are exaggerated a little bit, Yeah, most
they've got
stand-up comics, but because if all that shit happened, that's insane.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, how are you walking around still, a put together person?
Right.
I mean, none of us are. I think comedians, especially, stand-up comedy makes you turns you into a comedian. Like when you're in the beginning, you're like a regular normal person.
Yeah.
Like we all have there's something twisted or weird about us, but. I remember sitting at open mics and not knowing anybody, and then just sitting there listening to the stories that they're telling each other or shit that they say. And even at that, I'm like, fuck, that's fucking dark, dude. Telling people oh man, there's a weird, I'm bad about it. But at open mics when it's just comedians, there's this weird, thing that some comedians do that people don't realize at most of the open mics, if you've never been to an open mic, have you ever been to an open mic?
No.
Okay, cool. So that's where we try our shit out.
Yeah.
And so there's no way we can make the jokes on stage work unless we go to these open mics.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's I think I've got 3 tonight. And so I'm going to go hit 3 different open mics, try out a bunch of new jokes, and then get ready for my show on Tuesday. And if those jokes work, I'll pepper them into my set. And if they don't work, then I got to go back to my old set that I've been working. Not old set, but the set that I've been working on. But a lot of times you'll go and there's no audience members.
Right.
So you're just talking to comedians.
Yeah.
And so the problem with that is everybody's sitting there thinking about their own stuff. They're not paying attention to you, or they've already heard all your shitty jokes.
Yeah.
So a lot of comedians go up there and they're like, anyway, so I was at the mall the other day.
Right.
And so anytime somebody does that, and I know that it's 100% comedians in the room, I'll heckle the shit out of them. I'll be like, oh, were you at the mall? Huh? Were you at the mall? oh, tell us about how you were at the mall. Fucking, I'm not going to say that word. I stopped using the F word. We'll talk about that for a second.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. I stopped using the F word. It is one of the, it's Pride Month, right?
Yep, it is Pride Month.
It is Pride Month, so I stopped saying the F word. I used to say it a lot.
Yeah. It used to be a thing that wasn't an issue.
Dude.
I remember growing up, I'm only 20.
So for F word, so for people that don't know, you can bleep this out if you want to. Faggot is the F word that we're talking about.
Yeah, so that used to be a really common word. Like,
dude, we used to use it all the time.
I remember growing up.
Nothing gay.
It wasn't.
I mean, sometimes we'd made it gay. But
it wasn't offensive like
offensive.
It is now.
Yeah.
I don't know what the origin of the word.
It's because it truly is, and I don't. For anybody that's like, oh, you fucking pussy. I don't use it because I don't think. It's just not worth it anymore.
Yeah.
It used to be a fun word. I hope we get it back. I hope we get the F word back.
I hope we get it back.
For now, I'm just burying these words as they're like long lost friends. Long lost terrible people. For some of them, but there's just some words that you say. Like I would use it in my joke. Like I would call people. I was trying to think of the last one. The dude was wearing a donut shirt, right? Mm-hmm. And he was wearing a donut shirt, and I was had a bit about terrible friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you need to get better friends. Like they let you leave the house like that. Like if you were one of my friends, you'd be like leaving the house. Well, hey man, I'm going out for the night. Oh. Are you feeling confident in that shirt, man? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Something. Yeah, you got to say something to him, you know? Because and there's like, oh, but it's my fucking style, man. Really, you want to be the donut shirt guy?
Yeah.
That's something that you want to be in this life? I don't think so, dude. Go put some fucking regular clothes on. And I was like, and that's a hard stance to take as a guy that wears a mullet.
Yeah.
And Crocs. Like, I don't have great fashion
That's
sense.
your thing, right? The Crocs?
Yeah, the Crocs, yeah. And so we can talk about that here in a minute. Remind me about that. Where was I going with that? Fucking hate losing my train of thought. Luckily, there's editing.
Talk about the F word.
Oh yeah. So I guess there's just like so I would use it and people would laugh and I'm like, all right, cool. For the last 3 weeks, I would use it. By the way, I just made this decision 6 hours ago. I'm not trying to be fancy or anything, but I was looking through it and it sucks the energy out of a room. There's certain words that you say.
Yeah.
And even we're all having a good time and then you say it and people are like,
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you're gasping for this word now?
Right.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Did we lose it? I said it on stage. I was like, fuck, did we lose it?
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's a recent thing, man. It's weird because it's like, I
guarantee
you a lot of the people in those rooms probably think it's a funny word. They probably think it's because especially in the atmosphere, they know it's jokes, right? They know it's and that's, like I said, I don't know the origin of that word. I just know that it used to be used a lot more when I was a kid, growing up. You would say it to your buddies, I
can guarantee you, I never said that word. Okay, maybe not never said that word. I maybe once or twice did I use that word to mean something gay.
Yeah.
Or for homosexual tenant. Dude, I bet I'm gonna be the most controversial person you've had on here. People are like, Jesus, he said the word faggot 13 times. It's a funny word. I'm sorry, it's a funny word. It sounds hilarious. I mean it to sound nothing gay ever. Besides maybe 2 or 3 times. But it there's been comedians that have touched on the subject, but for the why can't I use it? You know, what is it? If you don't have any hate in your heart and you don't mean it to sound anything, you need to call. We need to just if I can't use that word, I need a new word. Like, what do I use now? You fucking silly person. That's what it means.
Yeah.
Like, quit being a silly guy. You're being silly.
That's
dude.
like the intent behind it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Every time
being-
you use it
you're
like with
being
with a
dumb.
buddy or something, like back
Yeah.
in the day, it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
I think
who
it came
knows?
from England or
I
Australia.
thought it was like cigarette, right?
It used to
then
be a
got-
cigarette.
and then it got twisted to like
yeah.
a
A
almost
bunch
like
of dirty Frenchmen are using, cigarettes. So I think
Yeah.
they started. I have no idea what the origin of the
Yeah.
word is, but it just rolls off the tongue nice.
it's a funny word.
It's a funny word.
I
It's
agree.
a funny word.
I think it's a funny word.
I've got friends of mine that are gay that I fucking love. Mm-hmm. Like Colton Dowling is he's a stand-up comedian there in Austin, and I think he was the one that said he was like, and also it's hard to respect like out of comedians, like if you're a comedian and you tell me like, hey, there's no that word is not funny, like you can't use that word, I'll be like, oh, well, I'm gonna use that word every time I see ya. Yeah. But he like literally, he was like, man, I think that word is just. He was like, it's. There's nothing funny about it. Fuck that phone.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing funny about it, and it's hurtful. And he said, not to me, but to other people.
Okay.
And I
Makes
was
sense.
like, all right, well, that sounds okay. Well, we'll see. And then
Yeah.
sure enough, the next 2 weeks, every time I'd say it would just tank the room.
Yeah.
And it's just not worth it. It's just not worth
one
it.
of
If
those
it's not
words-
funny anymore, then it's not funny anymore. We
Yeah.
lost it, and maybe we'll get it back someday. But
Maybe so.
as long as there's no hate in your heart, I don't understand why you can't just say whatever the fuck you want to, man.
Yeah.
Besides
Weird thing.
some words.
I think it's more that attitude that you have is more common in people who understand and who are like okay with that kind of like dis kind of mentality or that dis friendship, like where you like have
Yes.
buddies and you just talk shit to them, and
Yeah,
like
dude, talking shit is so much fun. Anybody
know.
that sits there and doesn't talk shit to your friends, first of all, I think, and I will go back to the stand up. So the open micers, so like there's a certain like truth that you can say to it. Like if you're doing something wrong, like I'll say it about a comedian that was at a show a couple weeks ago. We're at an open mic, and I'd already gone up at an open mic a couple streets down, and I didn't make sign up for this one, and so I was like, you know what? I haven't like sat down and watched an open mic in a long time, so I'm just gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like we're done for the rest of the night. I'm gonna have a few drinks, get a little drunk, and hang out and like watch the open micers. And so when I'm still just I'm just like I'm in the vein of like being an open mic comedian, and like I'm at like whatever that next weird step is. And so but a lot of these guys, it's the first time they've ever done stand up.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of people don't like watching it, but I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because like you go up there and you watch people and you like see yourself, like mistakes that you made.
Right.
And so I was sitting there watching, and there was a dude like sitting down, and he was like sitting on the stool, and he like had the deal up there. He's like, so anyway, man, I was talking to my friends about this the other day. Don't you think it's crazy how like milk comes in a plastic jug? And I was sitting there like, fuck, dude, you're going to hate yourself. You're going to drive home for 45, like however long your drive is, it's going to be a drive of hate.
Yeah.
And he was just like acting like this cool guy. Regret, dude. And so, and there was another girl that went up there with like a penis straw.
Oh, geez.
And she was like, sorry, ladies. Is this turning anybody else on? And I was like, and there was another kid there was somebody else that did something else. He went up there and he was like, oh, sorry guys, I was going to do my set tonight, but I got like super high before the show, And so I was sitting there like, fuck, I want to say something so bad, and so I was like, no, I didn't. I was like, I let it go. And then finally the lady was like, hey, there's an extra spot open. Do you want to go up? And I was like, oh, please let me go up. And I went up there and I was like, I did a little bit of my set. I was like, all right, I gotta stop. Dude, you gotta stop sitting down. Like I pointed at the guy. I was like, dude, what are you, Big J Okerson? Stand the fuck up. It's called stand up, not sit down. You little fucking Winnie. Next girl, lady with the penis straw. Nobody thinks it's cute. Nobody's gonna respect you, okay? So fucking get the penis straw, throw it out, and talk about your vagina. Like all the other stand-up, and like try something else. Like don't. I was like, you're you're gonna regret doing it one day. So just stop doing it.
Yeah.
You know, like if it's just a hobby for you, and you wanted to come up to say it one time, like I hate it when people do that. I hate it, but I don't. Anyway, it's annoying sometimes when people like.
No, I get it. It's because it's your profession. You're doing it, and you have a passion for it. And people are trying to just do it for like a bucket list thing. It's like a little.
But that's what those are for.
Yeah,
you know, that's what that's designed for. But I think the worst one is the guy that smokes weed and then goes on like, I mean, I smoke a little weed every once in a while, but when I'm performing, I don't. Mm-hmm. And if I do, you will never know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you might be able to tell, like, his eyes look a little red. He might be a little high right now, but I'm not telling you about it.
Yeah.
Because that's the worst. You paid tickets, or maybe not. Maybe at the open mics it's not, but you're wasting everybody's time. Mm-hmm. You know, like if you don't go up there and be like, oh, I'm the cool, like, pot smoking guy, you know? Like fucking, what are you doing, man? Get your shit together and get the fuck out.
And it's probably planned. He probably was like, yeah, I'll probably open up with telling everybody that I'm high, and then
like, what are you doing, man? Like fucking it's stressful. But I love, there's heckle mics, so we do these heckle mics every once in a while.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think the Romo room, follow the Romo room on Instagram, and you'll be able to find, they just like post like, hey, this one's gonna be a heckle mic.
Yeah.
Come out this Thursday at midnight, whatever, Saturday at midnight. But if you want to see a roast show, like this one, for whatever reason, these heckle mics, it's basically where the comedian gets 4 minutes. Mm. He gets a minute of uninterrupted stand-up. So you do your whatever bits you have, and then the last 3 minutes, the crowd gets to say whatever they want to you.
Oh, that's cool.
Bro, some of the meanest shit I've ever said in my life. Like, I love roasting. Dude. Because it's this weird vein of like you can say it's like practice. Yeah. Because I promise I'm going to say way worse than anybody in a crowd will. Mm-hmm. Like, I do it for a living, you know? So like I just sit in the shower and I think of mean shit to say to people. So like I don't like being mean on stage, but if you're a heckler and you're like ruining the show, and the show's already ruined. So like I'll avoid a heckler as much as I can. Unless it's just like natural in the moment. If I got somebody that's just like yelling shit out, I'll try to shut them up because I got my stuff that I want to say. You know, like I've got my act. People paid money to come see me, so I want to give them the best show. And so if they'll shut up after 2 or 3 times, I'll leave it alone. But if they don't, I'm like, all right, dude, if this is it, like I'm going to say some mean shit. Yeah. And I hope nobody's phones are on because like I'm going to regret what I say, but I'm going to say, if you want attention, like I promise you, dude, I think about evil shit all day long. Like, what is the worst thing I can say about this person? And then I just like go through it. So, but these heckle mics, man, like you go up there, like there's this one girl that said, and we might have to edit some of this stuff out, but she said she's a stand-up comedian, and the girls, like there's a lot of funny, people say there's no funny women comedian. That's not true. The problem is the comedians don't treat girls the same way. Right. And so they get like a false sense of what's funny and what's not funny because everybody's afraid to talk to them. But for me, I'm like, dude, if you're a comedian, you're a coworker now, like I view you as a woman, and I view you, you know, like I'm not disrespecting you in any way, but also you're one of the boys now. Yeah. So I'm going to treat you just like one of the boys, you know? Like I'm not diddling one of the boys, you know? Like that's no, that's another thing. Like stand-up comedians, like I see them, like they'll go and they'll you know, like have one night stands with each other, and I'm like, dude, that always ends bad. Right. Yeah. Like it's hard because there's like trauma bonding and all this kind of crazy shit that we're going through, you know, trauma bonding. I don't know what the fuck that is. But I heard somebody say it one time and I thought it'd be fancy to say it on a podcast, and now I did. But these comedians that are fucking each other, man, like what are you doing, man? Like would you fuck me? No. Then don't fuck her. Like you were coworkers here, you know, like if you're one of the boys, like I'm gonna treat you like it. So she was telling this joke about how she's got off this diet of penis and something. It was this horrible joke about a diet. And she was like, they were like, all right. And then it was like, right as that one was ending, they were like, okay, now heckling starts. And I was like, go back on that fucking diet. Bro, bro, and it was just like perfect timing. They were like, all right, heckle it starts. I was like, go back on that fucking diet, fatty. And then she's also fucking
I'm not cutting that. That's so funny, bro. I'm not cutting that.
And then she was like, you want to give a shout out? Mary Catherine is who it is. I think we fixed the shit because it gets worse. So she starts to like tear up a little bit, and I was like, man. Fuck, but everybody was laughing at her, and I was like, fuck it, it's worth the funny. But I was like, listen, you can either get that, and she handled it like a champion. She fucking
that's cool.
Just went on to the next thing, and so then I was like, okay, I know where the line is. Yeah. That was too far. Whatever. I'm not gonna say I'm sorry for saying it, but fuck it. And so so she keeps going, and she starts doing better. Mm-hmm. So other people are heckling her. They're saying weird shit. I can't remember what they're saying. And so she gets somebody else back. Mm-hmm. Like she roasts somebody else, and so she starts getting a little traction. And then she's like, "Come on, who else is next?
Geez.
Who else is next? Come on, you bunch of pussies." And she looks at me, and she's like, "What, you got nothing else to say?" And I was like, "Oh, bitch, I already made you cry one time. Don't make me do it again. Oh, dear Lord, baby Jesus." And she was like, "Come on, you ain't got nothing to say?" I was like, "All right, you looks like you're fucking that guy right there." Like one of the comedians that's standing next to us, because they were fucking, like they think that they're like sneaky and like under the table.
Yeah.
And I was like, "It looks like you're fucking that guy right there." And then everybody's like, "Oh shit!" And she was like, "Yeah." And then she like went on this like, I can't remember what she said, and it was pretty much over after that. And then she got off, and there's another comic named Mary Helen McCarthy, and this girl's name is Mary Catherine. So I knew Mary Helen for like 3 years, and so in my head she was coming off stage, and I was like, "Mary Helen, come give me a hug. Like we're all good." She was like, "Did you just fuck up my name?" And I was like, "Oh no." I was like, "I'm so sorry." And she just like turned around and like walked out.
Oh wow.
And then my boy Jason that they're dating, I'm just dropping all kinds of names. So but I love them both, man. I love them both. I don't, if they're gonna do it, if you're gonna date in the stand up, like between us, like between I'm trying to figure out how to say this.
Yeah.
Because I strongly do not recommend it.
Yeah. And
like they're good friends of mine, and I see them, and I'm like, they could go so bad, but it could go so great.
Yeah.
It could be like Tom Segura and Christina Pazinski. Mm-hmm. Like they're a power couple, Right. Like there's tons of people that figure it out, but it's like, why would you?
Probably tough. Yeah. A tough avenue.
Yeah.
Dean, give your dates, bro. I got work at like 1:30, so I gotta
what
get
time
ready
is
to
it now?
It's like 12:30, so I gotta get ready to go.
Jesus, dude. This has been a fucking killer.
I know, dude.
It started it started great, man. Let me see dates. I'm gonna post them on my Instagram, and then just to save some time, I don't know if you put. What if I'm just pointing at random shit?
I think you're just going to point at your name right there.
Okay, so be pointing at my name right here. Yeah, follow me on Instagram.
I'll tag you. I'll put your,
cool.
socials on there.
And that's where I post all my dates. I think shows coming up this week. Goddamn stuff you need.
Now you threw it. Now you need it.
Yeah, throw it. Now I need it. Get rid of these fucking things. I don't even know. I have my calendar book in the deal. I'm at the Creek in the Cave on Wednesday for sure.
Okay.
Native Hostel on Wednesday as well.
Sweet.
And then Thursday, I'll be at Barrels and Amps in Georgetown.
Okay.
We got a really slamming show this week. No, I won't. I'll be in the Valley. And then I got shows in the Valley this weekend. So
shows in the Valley, baby.
Yeah. But any upcoming shows? I don't know. When does this release?
Friday.
Oh, Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. After that, we'll man, just point them to my Instagram.
Yeah,
everybody
IG.
go to my Instagram. I post on my story. I'll post like weekly, and then usually I'll do like one where I've got like my monthly shows.
Cool.
Like where I'm gonna be at, where we're going. But anytime, go to the creekinthecave.com. That's got slamming shows going on there. Rogan's there this week. And then the Romo Room always has great shows. And then, man, come support local comedy, man. There's a lot of good comedians out there that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
And you should know about them because they're slamming. They're killing it. Give a shout out to the Big Laughs people.
Big Laugh, baby.
Yeah. Let's call those guys out. Hey, listen. Book Dean Stanfield, okay? You need to book him, okay? Listen, Big Laughs, Brandon Lewin. No. I started working for the Creek in the Cave in the Romo Room, and I just like... I never got the time to like go out there and like really figure out the Vulcan or the that form of the scene. But just in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been going out there and supporting them, and they're great, man. They got good stuff going on.
Yeah.
Always slamming shows, taking care of their comedians. And that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah, it is, bro.
Hell yeah, dude. I've had a blast, man.
Bro, appreciate it.
Dude, I'm glad we warmed up, man. It was a great time.
We'll have you
Look
come
forward
on
to
again.
coming back.
Yeah,
dude.
bro. Well, appreciate you coming on, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Good luck in your shows, and go see Dean, man. Check him out. Appreciate it. Bye, everybody.